Good morrow, lovely little ghosts, and welcome to the Dark Orchard for Laura Watson's 13 Days of Vlogoween.
Good morning, my lovely little ghosts, and welcome to the Dark Orchard. I'm Laura.
And I'm Caroline.
And today we're doing another Vlogoween episode. More specifically, we're doing the final Vlogoween episode of this year. And Caroline is once again going to show us how to make a delicious treat.
Today we're going to be making a coffin cake for Dracula.
Ooh.
We're going to need a bowl. I'm going to turn this water on to boil so it's going to be bubbly.
Oh, would you like to open your gift before we fully get
started?
Gift. Your gift.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I didn't even see it over there.
I went shopping and I saw some things that I couldn't resist Caroline getting.
Very nice. This is awesome. I've been needing these for a very long time.
I'm glad.
I'll show the camera.
They're measuring cups, but they look like beakers.
That is so fantastic. Thank you so much. This is great. I needed a new spatula, actually. I'm gonna wash this so I can use this for this video. And what is this? Ooh.
You can never have enough mugs.
No, you really can't. Especially like, this is like a really nice style mug. This is awesome. I'm showing it, but it's not showing. Okay, well, it says I put a spell on you, and it's the Sanderson sisters. Everything is awesome. It's so great. I'm so excited. Like, I'm already thinking, like, what can I do with those? Like, I mean, I know what I can do with them, but what can I do extra with those?
Yeah, because, you know, I just kind of hold the spatula.
That's why you got the spooky spatula. Right? Into this bowl, we're going to put... Alright, we're going to put like about 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder into this bowl.
Wow. My googles have come out to play.
It looks sunny outside in the video, but it's not. We could not be out in the sun. That would not be on brand for our vampire video. We use about a teaspoon of instant coffee. And this is how you measure that.
You just pinch it.
When you make things that are chocolate, if you add a little bit of coffee, it's supposed to bring out the chocolate flavor.
I did not know that.
I'm going to go ahead and add all of our spices to this. So I'm going to make, it's going to be a chocolate cake, but it's going to have all of the autumnal spices, all of the pumpkin spices in it. So we have our cocoa powder and our instant coffee. And into that I'm going to add random amounts of cinnamon, ginger. I like a lot of ginger. And it doesn't do the best coming out. Allspice. And nutmeg. You know what? Grate my nails into this.
Oh no.
That was 1/4 teaspoon salt. We need 1 teaspoon baking powder. It might be weird that I'm actually putting the baking soda in this mixture. I've never done that before. So we'll see how that goes, because I think it might be a moisture activated thing. It might not be a good thing.
Oh wow.
Because why take something that's predictable as to how it's going to turn out and not just like make it random for your video? Okay, now to this mixture, we're going to add 3/4 cup of boiled water. And so we're blooming the chocolates.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Is that in camera?
Yes.
Yeah, so that wasn't supposed to happen.
It wasn't supposed to happen?
Chemically, that was supposed to happen, but I don't know if that's going to negatively affect the rise. Why would I do that? Why? Why did I do it? Why did I do this? Okay.
It's like brownie batter.
It's almost like I'm making this a fail on purpose.
Oh gosh.
That I added that and then, yeah. It wouldn't be horrible, I guess. It was just dense. But yeah, that would also not bake. It would also take longer to bake.
True.
I can't believe. I can't believe I did that. Okay. I feel like it can't have moved over. Maybe we're just moving over.
I think we're inching over because.
But we're using eggs, so.
I saw where you make vegan mac and cheese.
Yeah, Chris. A stick of butter. Or your favorite vegan option.
Oh.
Did it all by myself.
Here you go.
It's wet. Sorry, but it's clean. Okay. Now we're gonna beat this butter. This is just, I don't know where my 1 cup is. It's got to be in something somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any measuring cups, just readily available to use. They're all already designated in their specific scooping locations.
It's like that clumped, but then it's brown sugar. It is clumpy.
So when you measure brown sugar, you always pack it in. Like a little sandcastle. 1 cup of sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Now we add 3 eggs, 1 at a time, mixing well between each time. There we go. There we go. I got it. That was bad. I had too much confidence that time. This spatula works very nicely.
I'm glad.
Very efficient.
No matter what it looks like, it always tastes good.
A splash of vanilla. And then the wet ingredients. 1 cup of flour. And you know, if you want to be fancy, you can sift it. And for the purpose of this video, we are, but if I was just making this for myself, I have to say, I would not be sifting this flour. It helps it to sift if you say, sift, sift, sift.
I believe any kind of mantra helps things to go along.
That is true. I'm gonna mix it until it's not completely fully mixed, and then I'll finish with the spatula. This looks pretty mixed.
It looks like a batter.
It smells so good. Does it still smell like coffee to you, or does it smell like chocolate cake?
It smells like chocolate now.
With autumnal spices. Am I saying that wrong?
I don't think so.
It's the second time I've said it that way, and I feel like there's something weird about that. Baking dishes, baking vessels, they have been greased and floured, right? Oh! So I greased these with coconut oil, and then I floured them and like patted the flour around, and I did all that before we started filming to save with time. And now we are going to get these somewhat even. Maybe. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. If I say it enough, it'll be fine. So something that I do when I put cakes in a pan, to help it to not be domed in the center, is I always create it thicker on the edges and a little thinner on the center, and it helps it to have a more level top when it comes out of the oven.
That makes a lot of sense.
The oven is at 350, and these are going to bake for a random amount of time. These are going to bake approximately 20 minutes, maybe 15. We will see. Alright. The cakes are done. How you can tell when the cake is done is you gently press in the center of it, and when it returns back, like springs back, you know that it's done, but if it keeps an indent, it means that it needs to cook a little bit longer. Now, these need to cool for a few minutes before we flip them out. And we just greased and floured, but if you want like a foolproof method in making sure that they turn out okay, you can put a little bit of grease in the pan, line it with parchment, then grease and flour the parchment. Now let's get started on the icing.
Alrighty, while the cake's cool, we're going to start on the icing.
So for the icing, we are going to use 2 sticks of butter. 1 stick of butter is 113 grams, so it's 226 grams of butter. A pinch of salt for delicious flavor. Approximately 550 grams of powdered sugar.
That sounds like a lot.
Yep. It is. It's a lot less than the fondant though, actually. I'm gonna add a splash of vanilla. Which that could have been like a whole tablespoon, but you know, it's vanilla icing, so that's a good thing. And like a splash of cream. I don't want to make this too runny, so actually let's measure that out. 23 grams of cream. It doesn't actually matter that it's that amount. That's just what I wrote down when I did it. So I did it and then wrote down what I did. I didn't like write it down to do it exactly like that. So these cakes have cooled a little bit, so it's comfortable to touch the pan. It's still a little bit warm. You're going to take a butter knife and go around the edge, just so it helps it come away cleanly. It's out of the pan.
Ooh.
Nice.
Wow. So brave, just holding it there.
That is a little bit more brave than I would usually be, but I've never done this particular size. Like, I would usually do that with a round cake, but never like a bigger. I wouldn't do that with something bigger than this. And even so, like, it's nice that it's not breaking. And it's nice that where we put the baking powder in and it bubbled up did not negatively affect this. It still rose, so it still looks pretty good. Nice thin cake layer, so there's gonna be like a nice thick icing layer between them. So it's exciting. Wax paper to put our cake on. I'm going to put the icing between the layers and then trim it to the shape I want and then do the crumb coat. I almost just put the other cake part on top.
Yeah. Double stuffed.
This is the one on the nanny where she like is just taking the filling out from all of them and just adding it onto one cookie. It would be a good idea to use a template to cut this out to shape, but we could just wing it, and that's what we're gonna do. The top and bottom are the same width, and so the angle we want is about like that. If you divide it in half and then divide that in half again, that's where the point should be on the top. That is decadent. Anybody watching this that like knows how to do this is irritated watching me do this.
Not once do we claim to be professional.
Nice. And now I'm going to pop this into chill and we're going to make the fondant. Not stick to the fondant as well. Oh yeah, it's very pleasing to hold this cake. It's so cute. I really like it. So if you're the average person, you have a microwave, you would not want to use a metal bowl, and you would put your marshmallows in the microwave and melt them. If you're using store-bought marshmallows, this is the third time I've made fondant in my life, and it's also the third time I've made fondant this month. And both the other times I used homemade marshmallows, so you should check out my YouTube channel, the Reclusive Dragon, where I show you how to make homemade marshmallows for my s'mores spiderweb tart video. We're using store-bought this time because I wanted to try that out and see how that went. And I will let you know how it compares also. And so we are going to use 10 ounces of marshmallows. This is a 12-ounce bag. And we're going to put it along with 3 tablespoons of water in this bowl, and we're going to put this bowl over top of this pot that has about 1.5 inches of water underneath. And so we're going to bring that water up to a simmer and slowly melt the marshmallows. But if you have a microwave, just pop the marshmallows in the microwave in a heat-proof bowl until they're smooth and melted.
With a microwave, don't they poof up?
Yes, and when you melt them on the stove, they don't. And so I don't know if that also changes the whole fondant making aspect, because I didn't see any fondant recipes that use the stove, but there aren't any. I just didn't see any. So we're going to do 10.1 ounces. Now it says, yep, 10.1. Okay, and that is 286 grams. We are potentially going to add up to 823 grams of powdered sugar to this, but you want to add it a little bit at a time, because first of all, it might not use that much where it's a different type of marshmallow, and second of all, it might just not use that much because the humidity might be different. 415. That's a good solid number.
If you're going to go 415, just go 420. If you're going to go 420, you might as well round it out to 30.
Yeah, if you're going to go there, you might as well go to 450. And it might be worth saying that when I looked up instructions, I'm pretty sure they all add the marshmallow to the mixer before the powdered sugar. And so the first time I made this, that's what I did, and then the second time I added the sugar first. Just to say what's right, you know, adding the marshmallow first is probably the correct way, but it's just not what I want to do. Yeah. This already looks a lot fluffier than the homemade marshmallow did at this point.
Oh, good. I have a feeling you're really going to like the store-bought.
I hope so. I hope it has more workability, and I feel like it has to. So now we're going to add in a random amount of cocoa powder that I really wish I had done before I had added the right amount of powdered sugar. Alright, so I'm going to coat the rolling pin with oil. Pop this right here.
This is a really good cake for like a beginner with fondant.
Definitely. And just a beginner in terms of like cake shaping in general, like cutting a cake into a shape, because like all it was those two lines on each side.
Yeah.
Oh, it cut so smooth.
a try. It's better than good.
It's really good. It's very moist.
I'm gonna eat the fondant just by itself. Which anything that you make is good, so
really
I'd say that about anything.
I really didn't know what to make. The only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I did too.
So that was us making a Dracula-inspired coffin cake. It was absolutely delicious. Oh yeah. For the comments down below, let us know if you do fondant differently, and if you do, tell us how. And if you don't talk to us about that, tell us what your favorite Halloween treat is. And if you don't talk to us about that, talk to us about something, because we love for you to talk to us down in the comments.
Thank you so much for watching.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come around again soon. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.